The first thing she said to me was, "Good God, OP, you've gotten fat!" Thanks, so have you.
Okay, all right. Now, do you prefer Fatty or Miss Boombaletti?
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up if you want. Thank you so much. We're back in it with r/FatPeopleStories, a submission by user Lady Angelia. Thank you so much, as always. If you've got something that you'd like to see read on the channel, an interesting story or whatnot, you can go to my personal subreddit, r/ReddXReads, and stick it up there. I'm excited to see what it do, so let's not waste any more time. We'll go ahead and jump right on in to this fat people story. Apparently, I lost weight so I can behave like a skank, or the Dragon Fruit Saga, part number 1. And I mean, anybody who's telling you that, really probably jealous, you know? Flaunt it if you got it. I don't. Very lovely Monday, la 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 la, for all you fat people stories, folks. This one might not be as Jimmy rustling as some of my other stories. I just felt that it could be shared here. That's fine. I'm down for the ride. The cast, OP Kinvara, 26 female, finally hit my goal weight of 59 kilos, 130 pounds, at 5'6" 2 weeks ago. I weighed 212 pounds at my heaviest in October 2017, and I chipped it away gradually with the help of calorie tracking apps and long walks, swimming, and cracking down on sugar consumption. And that really is all it takes. I wanted to get skinnier. I stopped eating as much. Yeah, it works. My friend String Bean, 27 female, approximately 125 pounds at 5'9", bride-to-be, relevant to the story as the incident occurred at her engagement. Oh boy, I love the wedding crashing stories. Hot guy, guest at the engagement, maybe 175 pounds at 6 foot. And of course there is our hamtagonist, Dragon Fruit, 26 female, around 220 pounds at a tiny 5'3". Whoa, that is round. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. You can still pull it back, but yeah, you might want to watch that. So on to the story. String Bean and I have been friends since we were in 7th grade. She got engaged this Saturday in a fun, colorful ceremony, and I couldn't be any happier, except for Dragon Fruit's behavior. Dragon Fruit is String Bean's neighbor, and I've met her many times before. We mostly got along okay, and I actually bonded with her particularly well back when I was a fatty myself. You're killing me. However, she'd moved to another city for work, and I had not seen her for over a year until Saturday. Let me guess, she hasn't changed or gotten bigger. She's going to hate on you for changing and getting smaller. All ceremonies related to weddings in India are quite raucous affairs, with a lot of people in attendance. Oh, we're in India, sweet. This one was no different, with at least 150 guests. Being part of the bridal party, I was with String Bean and several of her female relatives and friends in the dressing room. We were all having a fun time, dolling up and oohing and eyeing over String Bean, gossiping, you know, the works. Sounds like one long hen night, but I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. In walks Dragon Fruit, at least 15 to 20 pounds heavier than when I last saw her, in a bright magenta lehenga with a white and black choli, which is traditional Indian garb. This garb was clearly a couple sizes too small for her. This also explains why I named her Dragon Fruit. Oh, because magenta and round and seemingly spiky. Do you think she bought the dress and outgrew it, or is she just in denial about her actual size? Usually people get lehengas stitched to size rather than buying them ready-made, but this one clearly did not fit well. But the color she chose also absolutely did no favors, as it only highlighted her every roll and bulge. But she looked pretty fabulous overall. She'd always had a great taste in accessories and mad makeup skills. After she and String Bean had finished with all the squealing and hugging and "you look gorgeous" and back and forths, I went up to say hi. "Hi, Dragon Fruit. So nice to see you. When did you get here?" I exclaimed, big grin on my face. For a while, Dragonfruit just stared at me. Then her eyes raked me top to toe. She said nothing for about 10 seconds, and I started to feel awkward. Oh, trust me, it's gonna get more awkward than this. You'll wish she just said nothing the whole time.
Oh, OP! Hi. You look different,
she said in a clipped voice. Yeah, I lost so much weight this past year. Isn't it amazing? String Bean giggled while the hairstylist put the finishing touches to her gorgeous bouquet bun.
But is that even healthy? You're like half your size last year. Did you get surgery or something?
Dragonfruit asked. Then you stand up and say, no, stupid, I didn't. This is all willpower. I made this happen. I sensed several pairs of eyes on me. Yes, a weight loss of over 80 pounds in a year is dramatic. However, it's totally doable with reasonable lifestyle changes, and I told her exactly that. Yeah, stop drinking the sugar drinks and that. You'd start dropping at least a few pounds. OP says, no, Dragonfruit, I didn't get any surgery done.
Huh,
was all she said. Dragonfruit then proceeded to ignore me for the rest of the time that we were in the dressing room. This stung a bit, but there were also several other people that I knew there, so soon enough, I forgot about her. She's not worth remembering, honestly. Especially if you're gonna be a hater like this, dude. Come on. It's okay to celebrate the success of other people. About an hour later, String Bean and her fiancé are up on stage. They've exchanged rings and are now cutting the engagement cake. I guess I didn't realize there's like a whole engagement ceremony. I got down on one knee in the middle of my wife's birthday. I jacked the karaoke mic. I was like, I love you so much, please marry me. And she sat there and laughed for far too long, and I was about to just run away, like in the animes. But she said yes. I guess there was some ceremony. There was cake, but you could propose anywhere. I digress. OP continues, String Bean looks radiant. Us friends remark upon how lovely she looks and how her figure is absolutely perfect for her outfit. A gorgeous peach, ivory, and mint ensemble, which shows off her toned back and flat stomach. Good, she should be the baddest one in the room on her wedding or engagement day.
String Bean has gotten thinner though, and she was always so skinny. I wonder if it was because Beanstalk asked her to lose weight for the wedding.
Dragonfruit muttered snidely. String Bean's fiance Beanstalk was around 6'3" and 165 to 170 pounds. Wow, that is a wiry boy too. I've wished for years I could get myself under 200, down to 180. Maybe this is my sign. Also, Dragonfruit, try not to be a bitch, okay? Just make the attempt. People look this way because they enjoy looking this way. It is pleasing to the eye. Monkey Brain says yes. OP says, would you just stop? She looks great. Don't complain about her on her engagement, I said, and a couple of others agreed. Dragonfruit just snorted and walked away to join some other people. Was she snorting, or is that just how she breathes? Sometime later, us friends headed over to the buffet, and we were filling our plates with absolutely delicious-looking food. I was contemplating the choice between a sabzian kiteri and the paneer kopuri with butter naan, and I heard a deep voice rather close to my face say, "The teri is absolutely amazing. You must try it." I looked up to see this really handsome man behind me, smiling shyly. Terry it was then. I took an extra helping just because of how cute he was. No, that's the trap. He's trying to fatten you up again. No, you're good. I headed over to one of the tables nearby where my friends were, and he followed. Turns out that Hot Guy was at the table next to us and a friend of the groom's. Soon enough, both sets of friends got talking, and Hot Guy started chatting me up. Oh, Dragonfruit's gonna be so jealous. She's gonna be frothing at the mouth. I love it. Indeed, Dragonfruit spotted us. She got up from her chair, came round the table, and parked herself on Hot Guy's other side. She started to make conversation, asking him how he knew Beanstalk, what he did for a living, where he stayed, etc. No harm done. Once he had answered her questions, though, Hot Guy turned to me, and we started talking about pets and colleges, jobs and TV shows. Most others were done with lunch, while we continued to chat. Yeah, Dragon Fruit continued to sit there and seethe.
Why is he not talking to me?
Well, your personality sucks for one. And there's a lot of things to pick for two, but I think I'm going to go with you look like a giant round tropical fruit. That's not how humans are supposed to look. At this time, Dragon Fruit tried hard to interject. At one point, Hot Guy and I started to discuss Game of Thrones, and Dragon Fruit kept interrupting with statements that made it obvious that she didn't watch the show. Think,
oh, but Daenerys' dragons are yet to grow up.
And
Robb Stark looks so good. I love his character. I can't wait to see him in the next season.
I never watched Game of Thrones. After reading the Roger Manifesto, I don't think I'd be interested in watching Game of Thrones. But I believe you. Whatever she said is probably a dumb thing to say, okay? Anyway, she also wanted third and fourth helpings in this duration, but didn't want to leave Hot Guy alone. Cue pleading other friends to get her a few extra roadies or a few jalebis.
As you're going to the table anyway.
Roadies, dude? It's like a buttery flatbread. You really should probably not eat multiples of those, okay? Jalebi is one that I had to look up, but it looks like a sweet Indian funnel cake. Please don't eat that either. Just stop. You've had enough. Take a break. My friends gave me a semi-pointed, semi-teasing look, and I had to tear myself away from the conversation with Hot Guy. It was time to leave, and as we got up, Hot Guy asked me for my number, which I gave him very happily indeed. Glad to see you getting some play, OP. Look at this. I could see Dragon Fruit waiting for him to ask for her number as well, but he did not. And as soon as he and his friends left, as I and my friends waited for our Ubers, Dragon Fruit was very, very quiet. Another friend asked her if she was all right. She stayed quiet for a while before rounding up on me and delivering this killer.
So, this is why you've been losing weight, so you can be a skanker and pick up guys. Ha! I don't need to become a twig like you to do that.
Yeah, apparently you do. Did you pick anybody up? No, you didn't. It's not a flex if you were incapable in the first place. Dragon Fruit stepped into an Uber, meant for 4 of us to share, and asked the driver to speed off before the others could even get inside. The end? It's not the end. There are 2 more parts of this. And I am absolutely living for it. This really is how she's rationalizing it to herself, protecting her ego. Like, yes, I became more skinny so the opposite gender would be attracted to me. It's kind of what makes the world go round, okay? Maybe you should try it out. If you're really looking to get some play, but she'll say that she's not, that she's happy and secure within herself. But everybody could see from only a cursory glance that she's deeply unhappy, and yeah, maybe someday she'll come to grips with it. Maybe in part 2, but probably not. Let's jump into that right now and see what's going on. Skanky Me and Dragon Fruit in update. Hello once again, Fat People Stories readers. Since a lot of people seem to enjoy the Dragon Fruit post, I figured an update was in order. Those unaware can find the original story here. We just read it. Cast list OP, 26 female, hit my goal weight of 130 pounds at 5'6" about 20 days ago. After almost a year of sugar control, long walks, copious amounts of green tea, and swimming. Weighed 212 pounds at my heaviest in October 2017. 130? Wow, look at it, she's really doing it. You love to see it. Hot Guy, gorgeous, drool-worthy Adonis. 28, 6 foot, approximately 175 pounds of broad shoulders, trim waist, and veiny, muscled arms. Yeah, and also he's got a personality in there somewhere. Dragon Fruit is our ham-tagonist, 26 female, about 220 to 230 pounds at only 5'3". Great at assessing skankiness, except for her own, ordering people to get her food from the buffet table, while she tried to impress Hot Guy with her amazingly impeccable, wait, no it's not, Game of Thrones knowledge. So is this still going? Is this like the fallout? What happened after she jumped in the Uber? I'm so excited. There's also a new addition, Vapid X, my ex who dumped me after a relationship of several years because he wasn't attracted to me anymore when I got fat. 27 male, 5'10", approximately 180 pounds. I mean, it is a vapid thing to do, but obviously you didn't fall in love enough with the person inside to stick around when they changed outside. And yeah, several year relationship down the drain, like that kind of sucks. But everybody makes a choice every single day. You wake up in the morning, you're like, do I still want to be with this person? Maybe a jerk, but also entitled to feel how he feels. I don't know, we'll have to see how terrible he comes off in the story. Maybe he'll bang out dragon fruit. He'll just be like, don't tell nobody about this. Anyways, on to the tale. So, after String Bean's not in this story engagement, Dragon Fruit sped off. Oh, it is a continuation. In an Uber meant for the four of us to share because apparently I had lost weight to be a skank and snag men who would otherwise be head over heels in love with her. My friends and I were gobsmacked by her behavior, as we had never seen such a nasty side to her before. Probably nobody has seen that nasty side because she keeps it hidden. And I don't care how many marathons you've run, you'll never get to Dragon Fruit's other side. She's a big girl, is what I'm saying. When she sits around the house, she sits around the house, you know? We all still had to get home, however, so we just got another Uber, and after utterances of, don't pay attention to her, she's just jealous of your weight loss, by my friends, I got home. And I mean, yeah, that is factual. It's not just your friends trying to make you feel better. Dragon Fruit's a mess, she's got a lot of things she needs to work on within herself. Don't let her get you tilted. I kicked off those killer heels, took off the arty imitation jewelry and makeup, got into an oversized t-shirt, and dozed off, after switching my phone into airplane mode. Well, that was a mistake. The next day was a Sunday, and I am never, ever up before 11 a.m. on the weekends. I woke up groggy, turned the phone network back on, and it started buzzing away in an absolute frenzy. God, I love Pocket Computer, but I hate it so much. You think this is what I want to deal with first thing when I wake up? Other people? Opie says, what the heck happened? I had 136 messages from 12 conversations. Clearly, something had gone down. I opened WhatsApp to see messages from Hot Guy, String Bean, some other friends who had attended the engagement, and hello there, Vapid X. Guess which one I opened first? Any guesses? Hot Guy, for sure. Well, I opened String Bean's chat window first. I'm wrong. Because sisters before potential and formerly potential misters. I guess that makes sense. I could have gotten it right if only I had taken girl code into account. Well, String Bean was freaking out. Her exact words were, "Hey, why the frick are you even thinking about speaking to Vapid X again? Is something wrong with your idiot brain? Call me now." WTF happened here.exe. Yeah, this is like a whirlwind. Just wake up and the world is exploding. What are you talking about? I then opened Vapid X's chat window. His exact words, "Hey, saw some pictures from String Bean's engagement on Instagram stories. Oh, you look gorgeous. I'm so glad and excited to hear you want to meet me. I was such an ass to you. I didn't know I still affect you so much, though. Like, were you seriously crying all the way back home?" All of my what the F.jpg. I then opened Hot Guy's messages. His exact words, "OP, it was lovely to meet you last evening. I must apologize though, since I came on too strong maybe. I must have seemed really predatory, so that was not my intention. I had no idea that you were fresh out of a relationship. Obviously, it's too soon to date again. Once again, I had a lovely time, but please forgive me for being so forward." Dude, Dragon Fruit been out there sowing the seeds of evil during the night. She's got everybody's head all twisted up, and yeah, I guess now it's time for OP to set the record straight. The other chatters could wait. I instantly typed a response. Hi, hot guy, I really don't know what you're talking about. Could we speak over a voice call? His reply was almost instantaneous that we most definitely could. Yeah, surely this is salvageable. Surely we could just set the record straight, excise dragon fruit from friend group and possibly life, and things will move forward amicably, no? Maybe. I'll spare you guys the exact details of that conversation, but apparently, Dragon Fruit looked up Hot Guy on Facebook the instant she escaped in the Uber and sent him a friend request. He accepted a couple hours later because what was the harm, right? Wrong. So wrong. Dude, you didn't give her your phone number. Why are you gonna give her your Facebook or accept her friend request or whatever? Like, I'll follow you back on Twitter and stuff like that, but my personal Facebook, nah. People can call you through there. They can get in direct contact. No. It's essentially the same as giving out your phone number, isn't it? Maybe Hot Guy's not too bright. Maybe he just likes having a ton of Facebook friends. I don't really know. She sent a barrage of messages the moment that Hot Guy accepted her requests, first complimenting him, statements like,
"You are easily Beanstalk's handsomest friend," and "You absolutely must try to get into modeling,"
and
"The engagement was worth my while just because you were there. I was so bored before I saw you."
Again, stop being a bitch. This is your friend's engagement. Focus on your friend. Be excited for her. Instead, you're out here chasing ding-dongs. What's wrong with you? I mean, that's a long list. Never mind. And then she said,
"So, I noticed you were also speaking with OP. God, she was interrupting our conversation so often."
What?
Girl, what the f*** is you talking about?
You're third wheeling here.
"She's always been like this. Can't stand to see me talking with a handsome guy. She thinks just because she's now a stick that she's such hot stuff. She's just insecure. She was even heavier than me once, you know."
Okay, but she's not now. Surely he remembers that Dragon Fruit was the one bursting in onto the conversation, right? Don't let yourself be gaslit by all this. She's rewriting the narrative, maybe just in a way that this makes sense to her ego. Maybe she's not purposefully lying, but she is definitely lying. OP says, "Hey, Dragon Fruit, bitch, even at my heaviest, I was lighter than you while being 3 inches taller." Really, at a certain point, it's not even about the bodies or how secure or insecure you are within them. It's about the personality. Like, even if Dragon Fruit was super skinny and dunking on how supposedly fat OP was, it still wouldn't be okay. The personality is what makes all the difference in stories like this. I just figured I should reiterate that part a little bit more. Hot Guy claimed to have said this.
No, not at all. She wasn't interrupting. On the contrary, I had a fabulous time talking to her and you.
Such a gentleman.
And it's great that she managed to get so fit then, if what you say is true. I once weighed close to 280 pounds myself, so I know the struggle. In fact, thank you for telling me this. OP and I have more common ground than I thought.
Got him, coach. Uh-huh. Uh-oh, bitch. You plan to disgust him by harking back to my former fatty self, suffered an epic fail. Bro, that's the best thing ever. Then, of course, she's gonna shift gears, and OP does say she tried another tack, and she said something to the effect of,
"Oh, is that so? I'll warn you though, she's freshly out of a very long-term relationship and still pines after her ex. She still stalks him on social media, and in fact, today in the Uber home, she was crying."
Like, how do you say things that are objectively false and assume it's not gonna get back to you at some point?
She was jealous that String Bean is engaged before she is, and she thought that FatPeopleStories was her soulmate. She misses him terribly. I thought that you should know this, as you seem like a great guy, and I don't want you getting hurt. She also said she thought you were creepy, and only being nice to you because you're Beanstalk's friend.
What a horrible, duplicitous person. How does anybody still call this human being a friend? Maybe they didn't know. Maybe this is legitimately the first sign, but I doubt that. It's time to teach her a real hard lesson. Hot Guy told me that he was completely taken aback by all this and thanked Dragonfruit for telling him. He had no idea that I was so uncomfortable. Shortly after, he told her he was going to sleep, and then he texted me. I clarified that no, I most certainly was not uncomfortable with his attention, and that my last relationship ended a year ago. He seemed relieved and actually let out a long, oh, phew. I then told him to give me some time, as I needed to sort some things out. He said, sure, and asked me to ping him later. Yeah, sort some stuff out. That stuff being one duplicitous ham beast. It was then that I called up FatPeopleStories. He was super effusive and gushy, the way he behaved in the first flush of the relationship. I got straight to the point and asked him what the hell that message was all about. Turns out Dragonfruit told him the same story, but with a customized twist. She said that I was crying in the Uber about how much I missed Vapid Guy, and that even a handsome man like Hot Guy didn't make me feel like he did, and that I lost all the weight so that VapidX would take me back.
Making stories up about yourself. What's wrong with you?
No. Nobody does stuff like that, okay? Sometimes breaking out of a bad relationship can give you a new lease on life. That's what actually happened. OP said I'm going to make him jealous by living my best life. I mean, it's like one of those things where you don't actively think about them, but when they meet you in passing, you're like, hey, yeah, you missed out. He ended with, it was never about the weight, baby. Of course I miss you terribly, and I want to patch things up too. Oh, let's meet this Saturday. Nah, bro. Nah, we had our shot. We're done now. That's how these things work. No second chances. Just to drive home my point about him dumping him for my weight, this is what he said to me before we broke up. You were so slim and trim back in junior college. Everyone stared at you and I felt so proud. Now no one looks at you. You've slacked off and don't want to be pretty for me anymore. I deserve better than this. I just don't feel attracted to you anymore. I'm sorry. Message dated September 28th, 2017. Bro, and she kept the receipts. What? How are you going to deny this? I also think it's really pathetic to date someone based on how they make others perceive you. But it happens a lot, so perhaps we just live in a vapid world. Doesn't really make it okay, though. Have a frank conversation. Say that you could help her turn it around. We'll both go on a diet together, you know? You can't just bail, throw away several years because you're like, hey, you're fat now. It's a bad look. Anyway, back to the present. I told VapidX that Dragonfruit was making all that crap up, and that no way. I didn't even want to hear his voice ever again. I disconnected the call while he was blubbering something about soulmates, true love. I decided to call Dragonfruit. I was gonna let this bitch have it for real. Unfortunately, she had me blocked on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Her phone was switched off as well. She'd probably realized that she had taken her lying too far, and I decided to leave that matter be. Why? Because I got this text from Hot Guy. That's why.
Forget her, will you? I was just being polite by talking to her. It was you who had my full attention, and I was not even afraid of making that clear. How about we meet for coffee at a really upscale cafeteria, and I upload a picture of us together? That would show her.
So we're going on our first date tomorrow, guys! Ah! Wish me luck. Hey, good luck. How old is this story now? 5 years? Yeah, still good luck. I hope you're still together. Or, I don't know, you banged it out and left it at that, if that's what you're shopping for. Honestly, I shouldn't be shocked that this is the sort of fallout that happened. Never underestimate the pettiness or vindictiveness of a wild ham beast, you know? She's made you losing weight all about herself. She's taking personal offense about this personal choice that you've made. It's got nothing to do with you. You could do the same thing if you really stuck to it. But no, I guess it's just easier to lie on Facebook and hope you get away with it. What an idiot. There is a part 3, so maybe she did unblock OP at some point. Let's get into that right now, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, this is a year after the first one. Dragon Fruit is back, and she's trying to steal my fiancé. Is Hot Guy your fiancé? Oh, we have so much catching up to do. Hello, dear friends of the Fat People Stories fraternity. It's been ages since I last posted here, and most of you have probably forgotten about me. Totally not seeking validation here. I'll be honest, I don't know you from Bob, OP, but I do like your writing style. For those of you who do remember me, and Dragon Fruit, I guess, I have a juicy new update, which should sate any likely sugar lows. For those who don't know Dragon Fruit and are interested to know, here's a link to the last Dragon Fruit story. We shoved it all in one video, it's fine. Characters, OP, 27 female now, 5'6", 130 pounds, and my heaviest I weighed 212. But I brought that down to a low of 120 before, you know, gaining some of it back. It's the I'm blissfully happy in my relationship weight, so please don't sue me. Yeah, definitely got some of that weight too. You just need to set a line. You're like, we're not gonna cross this line. Can let it go a little bit. Don't let it go completely. Hot Guy from the previous story who is now my fiancé. He's a gorgeous, wonderful man, 30 years old, 6 foot and 187 pounds. I thought he was 6'3". Has he shrunk in his old age? Dragon Fruit, 27 female, approximately 200 pounds at 5'3". Hey, look, she's going the right way too. Maybe she is making some changes. Maybe she's a brand new person. Or so we thought, until she tried to steal OP's fiancé. She's been thirsting for a year. Sad. So for those who have referred to the last story, yes, Dragon Fruit lost some weight. And honest to God, I would be happy for her if she didn't strut around thinking that she'd suddenly turned into a supermodel and tried to seduce every halfway attractive man she met, especially those already dating her own friends and acquaintances. Bro, she's cancer. Everybody needs to cut her out. Wifey used to have a friend like this too. A little bit of a tangent, I guess. But we went to meet this friend and wifey's like, be careful because she tried to come on to my last boyfriend. Sure enough, we're sitting in a restaurant. She's getting a little too close. I got up to go to the bathroom, come back and sat next to my wife. I used her as a barrier. Like, I don't want to be involved in this. And then like a couple months later, it's raining and she comes to my house. I'm like, bro, you don't even live in this town. What are you doing? She's like, it's raining. Can I come inside? I'm like, sure, whatever. But I'm streaming. Wifey got exceedingly jealous that I left her inside, but thankfully I was streaming, so I had the receipts. Now we've cut her out. Now she has her own husband, who she cheats on. All this to say, yes, Dragon Fruit, bad news. Without further ado, here goes the semi-saga. So Hot Guy and I met at a wedding. Engagement, and started to date shortly after. Is it the same thing? I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just kind of confused by the wording. This all seemed too good to be true because honestly, this dude is wonderful in every aspect. The most caring guy I've ever met, honest, compassionate, devilishly funny, and handsome as sin. My self-esteem, which was badly battered after having been dumped by my ex due to my weight, took a while to recover, even after I shed close to half of my body weight. For a while, I couldn't honestly believe that Hot Guy was really into me. Honestly, it's the fat kid syndrome. I was a pretty chunky boy throughout childhood, but then when I hit high school and stretched all out, the hormones backed me up, I turned into an attractive young man. But I didn't see myself that way. I still saw myself as the fat kid, even after Navy boot camp. Getting plenty of play, but it's like hard to come to grips with it for yourself. I understand where you're coming from for sure. However, 3 months ago, Hot Guy popped the question and we got engaged a month later. We are due to be married in April 2020 and I couldn't be happier. Dragon Fruit, however, had differing opinions on this turn of events. Why is she back, dude? I thought she blocked you on everything. I thought this was over. I thought we could all go home. Not yet. Not yet. On the day of my engagement, I weighed 126 pounds. Dragonfruit has known me since I weighed 212 pounds, and back in those days, she was never once mean to me. She's also seen me drop to 190, then 170, 150, and finally 120. And her meanness only grew in inverse proportion to my weight loss. Like I said, biggest hater I've ever seen. She hates that you're succeeding where she can't, or refuses to, rather. Because she definitely could do it, but it takes a certain type of gumption, which I don't think she has. So, when Dragonfruit saw me at my engagement, having turned up after the ring ceremony, by the way, the first thing she said to me was,
"Good God, OP, you've gotten fat!"
"Thanks, so have you."
Okay, all right. Now, do you prefer Fatty or Miss Boombaletti?
Note that this was said audibly loud enough so my entire extended family, and Hot Guy's family, and 30-something of our friends could all hear it. How'd she even get it? Who let her in? Who informed her that this was happening?
Oh my God, bro.
I got a lot of questions. Get her out. Tell her she's a pig and call security. I was flame-faced. I felt like crying, but I gritted my teeth and just muttered something by way of a greeting. Hot Guy, however, isn't the sort to take this lying down. There you go. Defend your woman. Hot Guy very sweetly says,
Dragonfruit, you're so late. You've missed the ceremony itself. Did the shapewear give you more trouble than usual while putting it on?
Bam! Right in the face. Dragonfruit was looking visibly slimmer, and his comment clearly crushed her. I mean, don't dish it out if you can't take it. It is what it is. Hot Guy's extremely protective of me and knows my entire history, which includes the weight loss struggles, and he wasn't about to let Dragonfruit trample all over my self-confidence. You'd love to see it, honestly. MVP plays. Fortunately, friends soon diffused the situation, and the aunties all cooed about how much weight she lost and how pretty her outfit was. We're just gonna let her stay? Eject her! This is my party, and you're not allowed here.
Get the f*** out of here! Oh!
There's this one auntie on Hot Guy's side, let's call her Plum Cake, who does not particularly like me. And yes, Plum Cake is a heavy woman, late 40s perhaps, around 5'5" and maybe 250 pounds. She has a predilection for loud, pancakey makeup and a penchant for stuffing herself into clothes several sizes too small. Basically, she is just an older version of Dragonfruit. Is that really like a bond of camaraderie that you want to maintain? Hey, we're both fat, let's be miserable about it together? I guess it's a way you could go, but I wouldn't recommend it. Plum Cake weighs in, pun not intended.
Darling fruitcake, you look absolutely gorgeous. You're easily the prettiest girl in the room right now. No question. Don't listen to Hot Guy.
Oh, come on, fat auntie. Don't lie to the girl. How about the prettiest girl in the room is the one who's getting married? Automatically. Don't dispute it. The only reason you'd even try to dispute it is because it's objectively true. And that burns you up inside, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess this is a nice thing to say, perhaps. But right in front of me, the woman getting engaged? Yeah, I'm not so sure. Anyway, Plum Cake's comment boosts Dragonfruit's confidence, and she approaches us to present the engagement gift. Don't even unwrap it. Throw it directly in the trash. Stare her in the eyes while you do it. She winks at Hot Guy and says to me,
Did you hear that, OP? You better keep that weight down, or I'll steal your man before you know it, and you can forget all about that April wedding.
Before bursting out into cackles and hoots of laughter. Plum Cake joined in, and the other aunties laughed politely. Bro, y'all acting like a bunch of bitches right now. What an interesting and inappropriate thing to say, Dragonfruit. Security!
Security, get her out of here!
Guys, you might think that I'm the damsel in distress kind, but I'm really not. It's just, I get embarrassed super quick, and Indian women are always expected to maintain decorum, especially when, you know, it's their own engagement. Yeah, I'm not asking you to pick her up and throw her out yourself, but surely there's a security detail of some kind lurking around somewhere. If she's not going to maintain social decorum, then neither shall I. Hot guy once again comes to the rescue saying,
No chance of that, dragon fruit. I'd marry her tomorrow if I could. The only way you'd steal me is if you bundled me into a burlap sack and hauled me off yourself after somehow knocking me unconscious.
All of our friends, plus the relatives, burst into laughter at this, and some even clapped and cheered. Oh, everybody clapped. If they did clap, then that means nobody here likes her, and I don't know why she's still allowed to be here. OP says, I told you guys, this man is wonderful. Also, very popular, while dragon fruit is, not. Good, take her out back, put the boots to her, see what I care.
Put the boots to him, medium style.
Anyway, the engagement was uneventful from here on out. We were thoroughly enjoying the post-engagement phase until last night. You see, Hot Guy is friends with Dragon Fruit on Facebook. Still? What?
Unfriend that bitch.
No, man. Why? And we have multiple mutual friends, so she also has his number. Apparently, Dragon Fruit lost even more weight since the engagement, decided to ask a photographer friend to shoot some pictures for a modeling portfolio. Yeah, right. And, chose to send some choice pics to Hot Guy at 1 a.m. Ew. Dude, blocker, what's wrong with you? Is it worth having this person around even online? No, vacate! These included a picture of her in a tank top and shorts with easily 3 inches of cleavage visible, one with her in an almost transparent sundress with no bra and just a thong on, and one where she barely covers her boobs with her hands and winks at the camera. Just send her back a photo of a dog vomiting everywhere. That's the only reaction you can have to something like this. These were followed by the message,
So, have you changed your mind after that burlap sack comment? Winky face?
oh, and hit him with the winky face. You guys, help me out here. Dragon Fruit is trying to steal my man. Oh, I'm so scared. Yeah, no shot in hell. You know it. Fiancé knows it. Deep down in her cold black little heart, I'm sure the Dragon Fruit even knows it. This is pathetic. A year of all this staying obsessed? I'd like to see how it is half a decade down the road, but there's been no updates thusly. OP does seem active on her Reddit account, so if there is an update, then I'll slap it in. But as it stands now, I think the Dragon Fruit finally accepted her L and disappeared into the ether. Probably, I hope she's not even friends with your friend group anymore. This is the type of person that you want to keep far, far away from yourself. Unlike the people who watch this video all the way to the end, which are people who I'd like to keep very, very close to myself. Thank you guys so much. If you like some more bad dating stories, that playlist on the end card. Thank you as always for watching. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely, definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye. Go ahead, cut them open. It's gonna be fine.